Hello friends, I am Dr. Mandeep Kaur from Government National College Sirsa. In this lecture, we will discuss Kanthapura as a novel of Indian freedom movement and nationalism. As we all know, Raja Rao has contributed immensely in Indian English writing and is considered as one of the prolific writers. In one of his works, Raja Rao has broadly focused on nationalism as one of the central themes. In this novel, Kanthapura, he has focused on political, religious, social background and Indian freedom movement. The novel has taken into brief account the impact of Gandhi movement and freedom struggle on the village which is situated in the southern part of India called Kanthapura. Kanthapura was published in 1938 by Raja Rao and it was his first novel which he wrote in France. This novel is considered to be one of the most important and perfect work by him. This novel presents an interesting account of the history of Indian freedom struggle. The novel has a graphical representation of the village which is superstitious, caste ridden, regardless of the fact that it has a lot of impact of Gandhi movement. Achakka is the narrator of the story in the novel. Goddess Kanchama is worshipped by the people of the village. The whole village is on the one side is religious and on the other side is superstitious. The major occupation in the village is agriculture. The whole village is divided into four quarters, namely Pariha quarter, Brahmin quarter, Potter quarter and Weaver quarter. The Potter quarter and Weaver quarter are divided on the basis of caste and communities. The whole story of the novel revolves around the life of the people in the Kanthapura and their participation in Indian freedom struggle. The main character of the novel is Murthy, who is behind bringing the Gandhi movement in the village. Murthy was Brahmin by caste, but he was not an orthodox Brahmin like others, and this was unique characteristics of him that in spite of being Brahmin, he didn't differentiate among castes. He was always worried about the people of the village. Murthy motivated the people of the village to get freedom from the British government. He in fact distributed charkhas by roaming door to door in the village. Even after such efforts, he found it difficult to convince the people of the village to start weaving the clothes by themselves. He not only did try to convince people for their contribution in the freedom struggle, but also tried to remove the barriers of the caste system. Murthy started working for the upliftment of Pariha quarter and he was opposed by the Swami who was a religious man in the village. Murthy was removed from his caste of Brahmin for his deed and when his mother came to know about these things, she was very upset and stopped her son for this service of uplifting the Parihas. But it made no effect on Murthy and he continued working in the same manners. His mother was not able to tolerate this and she died at last by the shock of excommunication of his son from the caste. After this incident, Murthy started living with an educated widow, Rangama, who contributed a lot in India's freedom struggle as women representative. Murthy encouraged the people of the village to follow the path of non-violence and to play active role in the India's freedom struggle movement. As Murthy was educated and didn't believe on superstitions, he knew that religion is the main factor and it is the base of the mindset of the people and therefore he was very keen on instilling Gandhian principle of non-violence and satyagraha. He was of the view that the traditional Harikatha will be very much useful in spreading the Gandhian ideology among the orthodox people of the village. And it was indeed his suggestion that the religious festivals and Harikathas should be held regularly. And for this purpose, he invited the Harikatha man, Jayaram Char, from the city. Jayaram Char used Harikathas to tell the people of Kanthapura about the Gandhi and freedom struggle which was going on at that point of time. The main purpose was to make the people of the village aware about the principles and ideals of Gandhiji. This idea of Murthy was fruitful because the Harikatha made the people of the village aware about the present situation. The novel then deals with the coffee estate which is situated in Kanthapura. Murthy got an invitation from Brahmin clerks to meet at coffee estate so that he can meet the coolies of the estate and spread awareness among them. Murthy didn't knew what was going to turn up for him at the venue. When he reached at the venue, there to his surprise, Bade Khan was waiting for him and taking the benefit of the situation, he started hitting him. But as he was a follower of non-violence principle, he didn't respond it, but the incident made him very sad and unhappy. After this incident, he felt that it was him who was responsible for such a chaos. Therefore, he decided to keep fast and carry on with his activities of making the people aware about the importance of their participation in freedom struggle. He was then arrested by police many times because of his anti-government activities. The Congress committee supported Murthy by providing him lawyer, but he was of the view that he is not in need of an advocate to defend himself. Murthy was not only one to follow the Gandhian principle, but with him there was Sankar, Rangama, Ratna who followed the same. Murthy and Rangama actively participated in the work of the Congress to such an extent that Rangama's house became office of the Congress Committee for Kanthapura. All the activities was carried and planned out from her house. She immensely contributed in assembling all the women of Kanthapura and formed Sevika Sangh. She trained the women to face the atrocities of the police. Ratna was also the follower of Gandhi. Her family had to face a lot difficulties during the time of struggle because she had an active role in taking revenge for Murthy. In spite of all these issues, Murthy continued to fight against the injustice and social inequalities and proved himself as true follower of Gandhi. The efforts of Murthy were finally started showing its results and fruits because he was able to mobilize the people of Kanthapura. This was noticed by the British government and therefore he was accused of provoking the people and inflicts violence. This scene was followed by arrest. His company or companions were willing to release him on bail, but he refused. He was given 3 months of imprisonment. In absence of Murthy, the women of Kanthapura took charge for the struggle. Women's volunteer corps under the leadership of Rangama were formed. After the punishment, Murthy was released later and he came out as strong he was. The strife for freedom struggle was at peak by this time in Kanthapura and the activities like arrest of satyagrahis, police brutality on women were now common in everyday life of Kanthapura. In the climax, it is mentioned that people of the village were settled in Kashipur and Kanthapura was fully occupied by the people of Bombay. The numerous characters which are portrayed by Raja Rao in the novel demonstrate the sense of community. The larger question which is addressed by the author is not of individual fate but about the group destiny. The author has kept minimum dialogue in the novel by focusing on masses in the background and certain important figures in the foreground. The medium of storytelling in the novel is a female narrator, which is also a character in her own right. She is of radical nature. She is she tells very less about herself to the readers. She is respectful to the Hindu tradition, but she is not of orthodox nature. It seems she is caught in the turmoil, and at times her breathless narration expresses the excitement of that particular period. As we all know, this novel is set in the background of India's freedom struggle, and it shows the depth of national uprising. It shows the patriotic feeling didn't remain limited to the cities only. The wave of nationalism reached even small villages like Kanthapuram. The storm of Gandhi shakes this little village to its roots. The village Kanthapura is the picture of the India of the British days. Because of Gandhi's non cooperation movement, this little village suddenly comes to life. This village is caught in the storm of the freedom struggle of the 1930s. It becomes a symbol of the freedom struggle. Murthy, as we all know, left his studies for Gandhi. Like thousands of others, he also jumped into the struggle for independence. He forms Village Congress Samiti. Through newspapers, he keeps villagers informed about the war of independence. He persuades the women of the village to join the struggle. Like many other freedom fighters, Murthy is also arrested. When the police comes to arrest him, he shouts like Mahatma Gandhi ki jai. The crowd also starts shouting this slogan. Now the policemen come forward and started beating people with lathis, but the slogan shouting continued. Even the workers of coffee estate join the struggle. Their life is very miserable, as we all know. They live in great poverty. Their women are also exploited. But under the influence of freedom fighters, they become aware of their poor condition and they become bold and fearless. The novel describes Gandhi's salt movement also. He undertakes a march to the sea beach at Dandi. Therefore, he and his followers make salt. Thus, they defy the government laws. Then Gandhi launches the non-cooperation movement. Taxes are not to be paid. The villagers of Kanthapura decide that there would be a dharna at Toddy's booth. On the fixed day, they began their march to the Toddy's booth. When they reach there, the policemen surround them from all sides. They are beaten brutally. Many men, women, and children are injured. The novel describes the atrocity of police on the freedom fighters. The Satyagrahis narrates the tale of horrible beating and torture in the jails. They were whipped and forced to work for long period. A villager named Sita Ramu was treated like an animal. He was yoked to a plough and asked to pull it. The villagers decided not to pay the taxes to the government. They decided to take a march against the government. Women also take part in the movement. Many women are beaten. The police chases them. They take shelter in the temple. The government announces that if they do not pay the taxes, their lands and crops will be auctioned. On the fixed day, the auction starts. The women decided that they will set fire to the crops. They will not let their crops fall in the hands of the government. They set fire to all the fields and the houses. The police beats them. They use guns also, and many villagers dies in this incident. In the end, there is a pact between Gandhiji and the Viceroy of the India at that time. All the prisoners are released. Ratnan tells the tales of torture which the Satyagrahis suffered in the jail. And the novel ends with the hope that soon India will gain independence. Thus, we can safely conclude, or we can say that the novel is all about Indian freedom struggle movement and nationalism. In fact, this freedom struggle, India's freedom struggle, is the main or major theme of the novel Kanthapuram. Thank you.